Oh boy, we got some shit to talk about today! Hello everybody, my name is Jim Stefanko and this is a special Where Are We Now edition of the Wolves Fan Review. As far as where I have been, I have finished writing all of my written exams. I have one more round of testing tomorrow, and if I'm not an idiot and actually pass everything, I will be starting my preceptorship next week. Thank you very much, YouTube. So I'm just trying to think of what else might have changed since I talked to you guys last. Well, my beard has grown back because I've been stressed like crazy. Oh, I got new lenses on my glasses, so now you can see my eyeballs instead of a green Hulk-like tint. Oh, and the Sudbury Wolves traded the entire Sudbury Wolves! But hey, I'm not freaking out. Not freaking out anymore, that is. So what I'd like to do for everyone today is kind of explain what happened over this past week and maybe give my opinion on it. Not everybody will agree with my opinion, but that's why it's an opinion. And I'm going to have to be sitting here pulled over for a little while because this is impossible to memorize all this information. So as the 2018 trade deadline approached, we knew that the Wolves were going to make some serious changes. And oh, did they ever make some changes. So on January 8th, the Sudbury Wolves traded away newly acquired goalie Mario Kalina to the Kitchener Rangers in exchange for an 8th round pick in 2019. This one just hurt my head when I heard it, but we'll get into that after. The next day, January 9th, was crazy, to say the least. We started off the day by finding out that our newly appointed captain, Michael Pezzetta, had been traded to the Sarnia Sting. We traded Pezzetta and an 8th round pick in 2019 for a 2nd round 2019 pick, a 2nd round 2023 pick, and a conditional 4th rounder in 2019 as well. Along with those 3 picks, we also acquired Ethan LaValle, who's a local kid currently playing for Rayside, whose rights were traded to Sudbury. Soon after that, we found out that Troy Lajeunesse had been traded to Erie for a 5th round pick, and then we got some good news. From Ottawa, we acquired Peter Stratus. He's a 17-year-old, 6 foot, 183 pound defenseman who now has the coolest name on the team. In exchange for Stratus, we sent Ottawa a 2018 3rd round pick, 2 2019 2nd round picks, and a 3rd round pick in 2021. But the good news didn't last for long, as we found out that we also traded our assistant captain Regan O'Grady to the Mississauga Steelhead. In exchange, we picked up a 2018 3rd round pick, a 2019 2nd round pick, and a conditional 3rd round pick in 2021. And for my brain and my heart, that was more than enough for one day. But there was one transaction that was on everybody's mind, and that happened the following day, about an hour before the deadline. The Sudbury Wolves traded The Sudbury Wolves traded Dmitry Sokolov to the Barrie Colts. So along with Sokolov, we sent the Colts a conditional 3rd round pick in exchange for Alexei Lipanov. He's an 18-year-old forward who's playing his first year in the OHL after coming over from Russia, and he was drafted in the 3rd round by the Tampa Bay Lightning last year. So out of all these players we sent away, we acquired 8 picks, but we sent out 6 picks. It seems like we should have got a lot more picks for what we gave out. Now, let's talk about some of this. And we'll start with the Kalina trade, which kind of drove me nuts when I first heard about it, only because Kalina was playing so well for us, or so I thought. In the 10 games that Kalina played for us, he had a 3.44 goals against average and a .903 save percentage. Not really the statistics of a person who's going to change the course of our future. Here's why I think that we brought in Kalina and eventually got rid of him. Jake McGrath was not playing awesome, but Jake McGrath can play awesome. We picked up Kalina off waivers for absolutely nothing. I think that Mario Kalina was brought in to light a fire under Jake McGrath's ass and make him know that his starting goaltender position was up for grabs. And as far as I can tell, that worked. We've been seeing a different Jake McGrath since Kalina left, or during the opportunities that Jake got to play in Kalina's absence. Then we traded Kalina for a pick that we wouldn't have had in the first place for free. He was an overager, whatever, bye-bye. As much as I didn't want or expect Michael Pezzetta to leave the team this year, we absolutely did get a fair return for him. My only issue with the trade is that we're not getting anything in return for the immediate future. We got a second rounder in 2019 and a second rounder in 2020 something. I just don't see how that's helping our team right now. Michael Pezzetta has been an unbelievable team player for the Wolves for the past 3 or 4 years, and I think I can speak for all the Sudbury Wolves fans when I wish him nothing but the best going forward with the Sarnia thing. Regan O'Grady was another one of those players who was always actively involved in the community, and he always represented the Sudbury Wolves well in everything he did. But the personal stuff aside, I can see why he got traded. O'Grady has been in and out of the lineup for the past 2 years with injuries, and that's contributing to our team's inability to develop any kind of chemistry within the lineup. And it was a good move that we were able to use some of those picks and acquire a defenseman, a young defenseman like Stratus, 17 years old, first round pick, someone who's hopefully going to be with the team for a while. And again, to Regan O'Grady, I think I can speak for all the Wolves fans when I say good luck with Mississauga going forward. Now, the Sokolov trade. I can't honestly even begin to wrap my brain around it. We traded the second highest goal scorer in the OHL last year and a pick to Barrie for a player 1 year younger than Sokolov. And I think that's why they did it. They saw Lipanov as a super skilled forward, 1 year younger than Sokolov, who might be able to put up a whole bunch of points. But Lipanov is drafted by the Tampa Bay Lightning. He was the last person cut from the Syracuse Crunch, which is Tampa's affiliate, at their training camp. The last person cut. That means if he goes back to camp and has another good camp, there's a very high possibility that Lipanov does not return to the Sudbury Wolves next year. We needed to get more for a player like Dmitry Sokolov. Kind of think we dropped the ball on that one. And to you, Dmitry, all we can really say is thank you. You made it exciting to watch every single time you stepped onto the ice. You're going down as one of the greatest goal scorers in Sudbury Wolves history. We all wish you the best going forward in Barrie and the inevitable start to your NHL career in Minnesota. So the day after all this madness, the Wolves went to Barrie to play Dmitry Sokolov and the Colts. I can't imagine that the morale on the team was too high before or after this one, as we got absolutely blown out of the water 10-1 by the Colts. And of course, Dmitry Sokolov got a goal and an assist. So this is how it's gonna be now. Oh my God, it's bright. So the Wolves came home on Friday to play in front of an obviously discouraged fan base against the Mississauga Steelheads and Regan O'Grady. Once again, the Wolves got handled and O'Grady got a goal. But then Sunday happened, where my favorite player of the last 5 years, Alan Lazarchuk, and the Owen Sound attack came to town. After it was all said and done, the Wolves came out on top with a 2-1 victory. And suddenly, things didn't look so bad. People on this team that we needed to step up and lead the way stepped up. The Pilons were unbelievable. They each had a goal. The Nishnikov, Levin, Lipanov line was on fire, and our defense played a good, strong game. We looked all right. Now, going forward, we desperately needed to give this lineup a shakedown, and it's not like we were on our way to the Memorial Cup with the players we had in place. Sucks that they left, but it was necessary. People in and out of the lineup and injuries hindered our ability to have any kind of consistency when trying to develop chemistry this year. It's my hope that this experience for the team is going to be a good one. It's going to push guys like Darian and Drake Pilon to continue to lead by example when it comes to hard work on the ice. We're going to need to see more out of David Levin, who has the ability to be the leading scorer on this team. He needs more guidance when it comes to decision making on the ice, but the skill is there. Macaulay Carson hasn't been the same since he's been back from injury, and with the help of the coaching staff, he needs to figure out how to get back to the level he once was. And we need Jake McGrath to stay steady between the pipes. Don't forget that we have Marshall Frappier backing him up, who has proved to be a solid goaltender. We have a group of young players on this team now who can easily change our losing culture. So everyone, I'd love to hear your opinions on everything we just talked about today, whether it's the trades themselves or the kids we brought in. Go ahead and drop me a line in the comments section. So if you enjoyed the video, go over to the Facebook page at Wolves Fan Review and give us a like. And don't forget to head over to youtube.com/Wolves Fan Review and subscribe. My name is Jim Stefanko for Wolves Fan Review, and this is now more than ever a new era of Wolves hockey. We'll see you next time.